Assalamu alaikum. Welcome all to the Human Anatomy channel. In this video, I discuss general anatomy of the nervous system part 6. Following topics are discussed in this video: receptor, homunculus, sensory motor integration. What is receptor? Receptor is a special sensory nerve ending which receive impulse from outside and within the body. So, through the receptor, we can communicate with our external world and also get information about our internal part of the body. So, this is a sensory neuron. This is the peripheral process of the sensory neuron. Terminal portion of this peripheral part is converted into receptor. So, this portion is receive sensory information first. The action potential is start here, and this action potential is passed through peripheral process, central process, and it's communicate with the interneuron. It stimulate a interneuron, and an interneuron stimulated motor neuron, and a motor response is occur. According to the function, we can classify the receptor 5 type: mechanoreceptor, response to touch, pressure, vibration, trace; thermoreceptor, sensitive to the change in temperature, it collects both warm and cold sensation; photoreceptor, responds to light energy; chemoreceptor, responds to chemicals, smell, taste, changes in blood chemistry; nociceptor, the sensitive to the pain causing stimuli, extreme heat or cold, and excess pressure, inflammatory chemicals, which causes damage of the tissue. This receptor's tissue is a response when damage of the tissue is occur. Anatomically, receptor can be classified into non-encapsulated and encapsulated. Non-encapsulated means there is no myelinations, there is no myelin fiber and no special connective tissue arrangement. So, example is free nerve ending, Merkel discs, hair follicle receptor, peritracheal free nerve ending, and encapsulated receptor are Meissner's corpuscle. This is the Meissner's corpuscle, Pacinian corpuscle, Ruffini corpuscle or Ruffini end organ, neuromuscular spindle, and neurotendinous spindle. This is the Golgi tendon apparatus. This is Cray's corpuscle, and this is expanded tip receptor. This is the free nerve ending, peritracheal free nerve ending. This is free nerve ending, and this is muscle spindle. The rod and cone cell is related with visions. They are electromagnetic receptor. They are situated within the retina, and they are stimulated by the light. The auditory hair cell. Auditory hair cell is mechanoreceptor situated in the organ of Corti, which is situated in the cochlear part of the internal ear, and it stimulated by vibration. Olfactory nerve ending, they are chemoreceptor. They are situated in the olfactory mucosa, which is situated in the roof of the nasal cavity, and they are stimulated by the airborne chemicals. Taste cell, they are chemoreceptor. They are situated within the taste bud, which is situated, and taste bud is situated in the dorsum of the tongue, and they are stimulated by the food chemicals. Following receptor: Pacinian's corpuscle, free nerve ending, temperature receptor, and peritracheal free nerve ending. These are their function is touch, and they are mechanoreceptor, nociceptor, and thermoreceptor. They are located in the skin at the dermis, near the epidermis, and they are stimulated by the pressure, pain, and temperature. Interoceptor, the aortic arch baroreceptor, pH receptor, and their type is baroreceptor, chemoreceptor. They are located in the aortic arch and medulla oblongata. They are stimulated by the changes of blood pressure and changes of pH. Now, homunculus. Homunculus means little man or little person. It is the visual representation of the brain map is called homunculus. So, this is the cerebrum, the superlateral surface, and this is the central sulcus, and this is the postcentral gyrus, this is the precentral gyrus. Postcentral gyrus is the primary sensory area, area number 312, and our little representation of the body is like this, upside down. This is the sensory homunculus. You see the representation of our body is upside down, and you should also observe some particular area of the body is controlled by the large surface area of the brain. For example, genitalia, hand, face, gum, tongue. This is the primary motor area, precentral gyrus, and here also this is known as the motor homunculus. Here body is represented as upside down in manner, and you see most of the part of the body is controlled by small area of the brain, but for hand, face, larynx, tongue, pharynx, this area is covered by the large surface area of the brain. Now, sensory motor integration. The function of the brain explained in a simplified way. The function of the brain is start from a sensory stimuli. This is a sensory receptor. After stimulation, this stimulation is passed through a sensory nerve, and when this sensory nerve enters within the central nervous system, it is known as the ascending tract, and it ultimately go to this sensory information goes to the thalamus. It is the final relay station of all sensory function, and in this pathway, three sets of neurons are used: first order neuron, second order neuron, third order neuron. First order neuron is dorsal root ganglia, third order neuron is thalamus, and second order is present in various part of the central nervous system. And the information received by the thalamus, and this information passed to the primary sensory cortex, the primary sensory area number 312, and this information is shared by association fiber, and motor cortex receive this sensory information, and a motor neuron is stimulated. This is upper motor neuron. The axon of the upper motor neuron is descent and is stimulated the lower motor neuron. Upper motor neuron is present at the cortex. The lower motor neuron is present in the spinal cord, and for some time it also present in the motor nuclei of the brainstem. So this particular portion is known as the descending tract. The axon of the lower motor neuron is leave the central nervous system, and it is known as the motor nerve. The terminal portion of the motor nerve is converted into neuromuscular junction. So action potential is passed to the skeletal muscle, and skeletal muscle contract, a movement is occur. So this are the basic functional unit of nervous system, and when this information, primary information is received by the primary cortex, this information is stored in the secondary area or association area of the sensory cortex, and this motor response which go to contract a muscle, this information also to store in association area for future, and this information is used in future. So this is all about general anatomy of the nervous system. If you like this series of video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel and share this video. And for handout, please email me. And thank you for watching.